Speaking of what they want us to think and feel and know, and it doesn't really comport with reality, take Kamala Harris. Oh, yeah, Kamala Harris. I've been hearing so much talk about her campaign since it debuted. You would believe that she has such strong support. You would believe that she is such a major contender. I have thought from day one that once her record of prosecutorial track record, her history, I believe that she would not be such a dominant figure. I believe that the more it was circulated, the reality of her past, I believe that less people would support her. So it turns out that I'm right. It turns out that she's not doing so well in the polls, and she was never really doing so well in the polls, and it's been more of a created thing. A thing, as Noam Chomsky would say, it's sort of manufactured. Or as some would say, it's socially engineered. We've been led to believe that this prosecutor, people are going, yay, yay, the party that's for criminal justice reform, at least I thought that's what they were. They like to run on it often. That party wants a person who was the attorney general of one of the biggest states, if not the biggest state in the country. I think it's Texas and California. I think California's bigger. Like the 5th biggest economy in the world or something crazy. Like California's huge. And the attorney general of that state, who, set records basically locking people up and over even minor offenses. Well, they want you to believe that this person is a good person to be a standard bearer for their party. I don't think that's the truth. And so after the first and second debates, after the first debate where she called out Joe Biden, there was a momentary real peak. People were going, yay, all right, give it to Joe Biden. Even I was glad to see Joe Biden get called out on his issues. Though that did not mean I'd forgotten about Kamala Harris's issues. I believe in order to cover these debates and to cover this, the nomination process, you have your ups and downs, and you have to judge each instance based on each instance. So I was glad to see Kamala Harris confront Joe Biden. But on the same token, I was glad to see Tulsi Gabbard confront Kamala Harris. Yeah, that was nice. Which brings me to a new poll. Before I get to that poll, is there anybody who didn't see Kamala Harris get demolished is there anyone else who didn't see Kamala Harris get body slammed? Figuratively. Before we go on, is there anyone else who didn't see Kamala Harris get obliterated by Tulsi Gabbard? Well, if you did, just watch it again. It'll be fun.
Congresswoman Gabbard, you took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is
you.
why, and because I know that criminal justice
Thank
system
you,
is so
Senator.
broken, that I am an advocate for what
Thank
we
you,
need
Senator.
to do to not
Your
only
time is up.
decriminalize, but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response,
The
ma'am?
bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Man, I find it hard to believe, frankly, that after that performance, Kamala Harris slipped in the polls. I mean, how could she do better? I don't get it. I mean, right from the beginning when, Tulsi Gabbard asked her, confronted her, I thought she handled it very well. I mean, as soon as Tulsi Gabbard started talking, and it was like, hey, but hold on a second, I want to change the conversation to criminal justice, our broken criminal justice reform. The fact that Kamala Harris's eyes looked like she was saying, oh, shit. I don't see nothing wrong with that at all. And then when Jake Tapper went back to Kamala Harris and gave her an opportunity to respond, Kamala Harris's response was blah 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 blah. Zero, zero, zilch, zilch. Nothing, nada, nothing, zilch, zilch. Blah 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 blah. I don't think that hurt her at all. You guys remember Nate Silver, website 538? Yeah. Anyway, he's been taking a look at this, and he says, according to his polling, looking at polls before the debates, the last debates, and after, that Kamala Harris has slipped. Yeah. I couldn't believe it at all. I thought she did so well in that debate. I thought she was very strong, according to our calculations, or his calculations, not mine, 2.8%. Now, that's not a lot, right? That's like almost 3 digits. I mean, it matters. You'd rather not slip any digits. You'd rather gain, right? But she definitely slipped. And that's not good. That's not good. And look, and if you only looked at that isolated situation, say, okay, she slipped a couple of points, big deal. Also, I covered yesterday, or the day before yesterday, a Washington Post poll that showed that Kamala Harris has one of the softest loyalty numbers with the people that have donated to her campaign, meaning more people that donated to her donated to other candidates. A lot of those people. And so did Cory Booker's and Julian Castro's as well. But it just underlines the whole idea of what I'm saying is that Kamala Harris isn't doing so great. But everywhere I turn, especially when I turn to Charlamagne the God, I mean, look, I don't want to take anything away from Charlamagne's intense love and revelry for, Kamala Harris, the prosecutor. But Kamala, she got a warrant out for her campaign. Yeah. She's being cited for not performing up to the standards of a neoliberal that's being coronated. Yeah, she's not performing up to the Hillary 2.0 standards, man. She's not doing as well as you would have thought she would do. Yeah, she's not doing well. And it's not just one poll, it's a series of polls. We're talking about the Morning Consult poll, the HarrisX poll, the YouGov poll, the Quinnipiac poll, Ipsos poll. It's a number of polls that show the same thing. So I don't know what to tell you. Maybe the sun will come out tomorrow. And maybe people won't just buy anything that's said, and you can't just push people in front and go, pick them. Now, maybe this person has to have some type of track record of actually demonstrating something of value. Like, maybe they need to stand on their record. Like, if you have a record and you can't run on it, maybe you shouldn't be running. And if you can't answer to allegations or accusations of your past, That's a problem. I don't know why people think that Donald Trump won't be bringing up these issues. They don't like when I point out, hey, you got something on you got a little something on your shirt there. Oh, God, why you got to point it out? You do. I actually like when people point out stuff like that to me, you know? I mean, I would rather you do it before I get on the public stage. If we get an opportunity, like, hey, Tim, man, your fly's down. I don't go, oh, bastard. So what? You know, I go, okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Wouldn't want to attract the ladies. But you know what I'm saying? You know, the Democratic Party is really strange. They don't want their hand-picked candidates to get any scrutiny. They just rather wait till the election. Yeah, they'd rather wait. They don't want inspectors to come in and examine the building before they open it up for customers. They'd just rather wait. Let the customers tell us at the voting booths if the chicken tastes good and if the macaroni was soggy and the peas all mushed, or if the chicken tastes like wood. See, I would rather you tell me that behind closed doors. So anyway, you know, Nate Silver, I don't take him specifically. I take him with a grain of salt in all things because I'm still concerned with his ability to do this polling thing, this data thing. But I don't know. I'm just reporting it. Don't worry, Kamala. You can still bounce back. Yeah, still bounce back. Listen to some Biggie and some Tupac. And go on the Breakfast Club and get a soft shoe interview, back massage, a foot rub. Yeah. You'd be right back in the running. All right, guys. Yeah. Now, don't forget, guys, this show is brought to you by you. All right? So if you don't like this show, if you think it's missing stuff, that's because you, what's up, man? It's on you. This is your show. All right. Let's keep the party moving, Tim. Can I get a little water, please? It's one man show up here.